Well, good morning, YouTube. Hi guys, if you watched yesterday's video, you'll know that we arrived here at the TA in Erie, Pennsylvania. Harbor Creek Service Plaza, I guess is what we call it. We met with my friend Gary, we had dinner, we took showers, we just had a really good time, and it ended up being later than we thought when we decided to leave, so we were gonna get some sleep, then get up 3 or 4 in the morning and get to it. Well, it's 8 in the morning. So a little bit behind schedule, but like I said, I'm not going to hurry. We're not going to beat the traffic going through Cleveland, but we should at least miss the heavy early rush hour traffic because we're still a little ways from Cleveland. So we're just going to drive until we feel like not driving anymore, and then we're going to stop. Do the same thing tomorrow. Don't know where we'll end up yet today. Just depends on how we feel. I think I slept pretty decent. Hopefully I'm prepared for a good long day. So Talon has already taken Jessa for a walk. I've already gone in and got coffee. Katie should be ready any minute, so I'm going to go ahead and fire Goliath up, let him warm up for a little bit, and then we're going to get moving. You're doing a pre-trip before you get on the highway. Everything's looking good where they're in. I don't see any oil running out of it, at least not in any great quantities. It's always wicked just a little bit, but all in all, everything looks good. Everything looks good. Hey, Jessa. Say hi to everybody on YouTube, Jessa. All right, she's ignoring the camera now. All right, Talon just fired up Goliath. Let it warm up for a few minutes and we'll roll out. Alright guys, we decided to stop here in Indiana, take a quick break. Anyway, we made it through Ohio. Everything is going pretty well, but it was time to pee and I needed some more coffee, and then it feels kind of good to get out and stretch your legs for a little bit. You know, on our way across Ohio, I thought of a couple things. When we crossed Highway 250, that's where we could get off, kind of go north a little ways to Sandusky, or south down to Norwalk. When I remembered there's a Skyline Chili in Norwalk, but it just wasn't a good idea to get, never mind. But also realized that there's a lot of you that have been following for a long time that have never seen this part of the country, because we haven't been through here with Goliath before. We used to work a show in Ohio, but we stopped doing that back in 2019. So we used to work the show in Sandusky, Ohio, the Ohio Bike Week, and then we would head east from there over to Laconia. But that was the year before we started the YouTube channel, so a lot of you have not seen that route before. Although you did see me drive through Ohio when I came to pick up the tractor a year and a half ago, those of you that have been around that long anyways. And actually, this entire section of Interstate 90 between Toledo, Ohio and like Elkhart, Indiana, we've never been on in our lives. We've been on both sides all the way to the ends, but not that one little section. So it's even a first time for us. Now, Eastern Ohio had a lot of, like, you know, hills and ravines. Some of the creeks under the ravines were actually really pretty, but they were so short and narrow that most of them Katie wasn't able to get on camera. Western Ohio kind of becomes more farmland, lots of cornfields and farms and stuff, very much like Indiana, Illinois, and Iowa. Kind of flows through there all the same. Anyway, not stopped for real long, just grabbed a couple snacks, took Jessica for a walk, grabbed some more coffee, back on the road. guys, we finally made it out of Indiana and into Illinois. I wasn't able to record the Illinois sign because I was actually on the phone with Kurt Schmidt from Trucking with Schmidt at the time, but I think Katie got a picture of it.
I did.
But I'm really glad we are out of Indiana. And let me say this, Indiana, get your crap together. The roads were terrible through there, and the toll system was just stupid. So we have an easy pass, and it worked fine through New York and Ohio. We come into Indiana, we go through the toll booth, it wouldn't accept it. I had to pull the stupid little ticket. So once we got all the way across the state, and it was time to remit that ticket, I was afraid to go through the easy pass lane, thinking it wasn't going to read it again and that I wouldn't be able to get out because the bar wouldn't come up. And they specifically said easy pass only. I wasn't able to pay with a credit card or cash in that lane, and then I'd be stuck there. So I went through one of the pay lanes, and it literally took us 15 minutes to get through the pay lanes because they were just moving so slow. No attendance whatsoever. You had to pull up, swipe your card, whatever. But we sat there in that for 10 or 15 minutes. And then I get up to it, and Easy Pass is accepted in that lane as well. It registered the Easy Pass and the gate came up, so I didn't have to worry about the credit card. So I sat in the traffic for 15 minutes, really, for no reason. But this is what's really stupid. In today's day and age, why are they forcing people to stop in the middle of an interstate? Just no reason for it. No reason at all. Even New York doesn't have toll booths on the on and off ramps anymore. It's just really, really dumb. Anyway, like I said, now we're in Illinois. We are on 80 West, heading towards Iowa. Hopefully, not too much longer, we'll be in Iowa. But hitting some more traffic here. Really slow going at this point. Well, I think we found the cause of our slow traffic. There's no traffic at all moving the other way. Heavy wrecker towing a truck off the road. I am definitely glad we're not going the other way right now. Traffic is backed up as far as we can see.
the ramp ahead.
Look guys, look who it is.
Turn right on 60th Avenue, then take the third right.
Who else is here in the parking lot at the Iowa 80? The Goose.
Turn left on 215th.
All right, guys, we made it to the Iowa 80 truck stop, and this is where we are calling it home for this evening. Thought it was cool that the Goose was here. You guys haven't seen it yet, but I did an interview with the Goose at the 75 Chrome Shop Truck Show. I just haven't edited and posted it yet. I did a bunch of interviews while we were there. That'll all be on the Trucking with Amsoil Adam channel. But I think this is where we're gonna park it for now. We're sticking out a little bit, but it's the best we can do. We're gonna dump the airbags and shut the truck off. Amanda has met us here. She's gonna have dinner with us. And then I don't know if she's following us out to South Dakota or not, if she's gonna do her own thing tomorrow. But she's parking her little scoop right here next to Goliath. Now you see those skies aren't looking very pretty. The last half an hour or so, we were kind of racing the storm. We wanted to make sure we got here and got parked before the storm got here. It's not looking pretty. I guess there's some tornado warnings and everything over by Iowa City. But, you know, it is what it is, and we're just going to kind of tough it out. So the tornado warning alarm just went off. It's like 20 after 6 right now. Done a post trip, trying to tidy up some things so we can go inside. Really don't want to sit in Goliath through the storm. But as you can see by this radar photo right here, it's not looking pretty. So we're trying to get inside pretty soon. All right, and for those of you that follow the channel, you know we've been here many times. We try to stop here almost every summer. Iowa 80 is the world's largest truck stop. It's got over 900 and something parking spots, and it's got the biggest chrome shop inside it that I've ever seen. It's got a really good restaurant. It's a really cool place. If you're traveling through Iowa and you're on Interstate 80, definitely stop and check it out. All right, guys, we made it inside before those storms come up. Man, look out this window with that nasty storm cloud coming our way.
Okay, decide if it's gonna turn like.
All right, the storm came through while we were having dinner, and luckily it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. Apparently there were a couple of tornadoes, they just weren't right here, so we're thankful for that. You know, I do have to say, after I recorded that bit after coming into Illinois about how bad the Indiana roads were, we hit some of the worst roads I've ever been on. You know, Illinois, you got to step your game up, dude. Granted, it was a construction area, so I guess they're trying to fix it, but that section of 80 through there was just god-awful where that accident was and all the traffic was backed up. It actually vibrated our printer off of the desk and it smashed on the floor. It was just rough. All in all, though, I didn't think we made too bad a time. You know, we left after 8 a.m. this morning in Erie, Pennsylvania, and arrived here about 6 p.m. It says it was an 8-hour drive, took us 10. We only stopped once to go to the bathroom. We were probably stopped half an hour, 45 minutes or so. And we hit a number of traffic slowdowns, especially coming through Gary, Indiana. It was only 2:30 local time. Keep in mind, we had just entered Central Time shortly before that. But yeah, that That traffic there was terrible. You know, when we left this morning, I wasn't actually planning on coming to Iowa 80. I kind of got mixed up a little bit this morning. So today being Tuesday and thinking that I got to be there on Thursday, I was like, I've got 2 days to make the drive. And from Erie, Pennsylvania to Deadwood, South Dakota was 1,204 miles by the fastest route, which was taking I-90 the entire way there, which had brought us up around Chicago and then across Wisconsin, through like La Crosse and the Wisconsin Dells, across Minnesota, so on and so forth. I didn't really want to get anywhere near Chicago. Gary, Indiana, the traffic was bad enough. I didn't want to even get close to Chicago. But at 1,204 miles, I was like, 2 days at 602 miles a day. I could do that. 600 mile a day is nothing for us. We do that on a regular basis. But I was like, all right, that's just what we're gonna do, though it's not the way I want to go. And then as we get driving down the road, we're coming across Ohio, and Katie and I are talking, and then we had the realization that I've actually got 3 days to drive it, because today is Tuesday. I've also got Wednesday. I've got all day Thursday. I don't need to be there till Thursday night. So I was like, well, screw it then. We're going to Iowa 80. And we made the decision, and this is where we are. You know, I like going through Iowa better. The traffic is a lot less. The roads tend to be a little bit better for the most part. There's a couple spots that are bad. But I was concerned about flooding. Even the all 90 route showed flooding. But I didn't know how bad it was, and it wouldn't tell me where it was. And I did some Google searching and really couldn't find it either. And that's why I reached out to Kurt Smith, because he had a couple of videos out last week about the flooding. But I know his videos come out a little bit later. They're not really like ours come out the next day typically. So I went in and called him. He lives in Western Iowa. He knows the area better than I do. And he shared some insight. Basically, he let me know everything was going to be good. He also shared some insight about what's coming up on his channel in the future. And I can't tell you, you got to watch his channel. Trucking with Schmidt, guys. It's a really cool channel if you're into trucking content. Go check him out. He's become a friend as well. So I always want to help promote friends. But other than that, guys, we're here for the night. I think we're going to crash here. And tomorrow morning, we're going to leave. As long as we make it to like Mitchell, South Dakota, or maybe even the Chamberlain area where the Statue of Dignity is there, right on the Missouri River. Anywhere in that area tomorrow, that'll only leave us like a 4.5 hour drive on Thursday. So we can still get to Deadwood early enough to be comfortable, and even stop in like Rapid City so we can dump the tanks and stuff like that so that we're ready for that show. But that's the plan for now, guys. We'll see you in the morning. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And until the next time I see you, keep those engines running.